Hello, woodchucks and farmers. Welcome back to Oceanside Forest. We have moved on to the month of October. I was cutting trees down at the end of September, and I wanted to cut down a lot more than I had at the time when it got dark. But the problem was the sawmill was full. I had 1,000,000 liters of wood into it, and I couldn't cut down any more trees because, well, the situation of the trees on the ground started to lose some frames in the game. So I slept through the night, sawmill did its thing, and I picked up the rest of the wood and cut down the rest of the trees over yonder in the farmyard field. We'll go ahead and look at that in a little while. The sawmill is back up to 500,000 liters of wood into it. That tells you how much wood I have cut down. We're over here to visit the ducklings because we do have some offspring from overnight. So let's go ahead and sell 21 of those only. So we'll get rid of those. And that is all for the ducks. How are we doing on some eggs in here? Well, we actually got ourselves our first full pallet of, I mean, they're duck eggs, yes, but they're just eggs. Same as the chickens, so nothing too special there. Their feed troughs are looking pretty good. I was just checking on that. I do have to give them some straw, though, if I do want some manure from the bedding. And, yep, the same thing over here with the eggs. But over here, I think we got more chicks on this side than we had on the other. Let's see, male chicks. There we go. Let's go ahead and we'll go this way, because I think I got over 60. Yep, over 60. Let's go ahead and sell. Yep, make sure we're selling the right ones. Not that it would matter too much because they're reproducing so fast. If I were to accidentally sell some females in here, it's not that big of a deal. Up to 516 chickens. I didn't see how many ducks we had, but a good amount. And the feed trough is up to near 70,000 liters, so it's pretty darn good. I'll come back and grab the doits in a little while and put some straw into the two coops that we have so we can keep on getting manure. Not that it's a big deal, but we're just doing it just for fun, basically, because I'm probably going to end up selling the manure or bring the manure over to the fuel refinery and let us do its thing. But we're going to start today, actually, by going over to the harbor yard field. And we're going to spray the weeds out of that with our New Holland See and Spot sprayer and take care of those weeds there. I also, at the end of September, did get the other barley field planted. So everything is planted that needs to be planted this fall. Next spring, of course, we got the big sorghum field over by the farmyard field. But we're going to expand that today. I want to go ahead and get the plow out and just see how much we've actually expanded that area over there. And I don't know if I'll get to it over the winter or not, so I do want to get started on that today while the weather is good. Let's go ahead and unfold this. Looking really, really good as deer disappear out of nowhere. I was kind of curious, what is the working speed of this? Because it didn't seem like it was going that fast before when I was using it. Where are the crop protection, working speed? Where does it? 7. I thought they were faster. Yeah, why is that 7 and these are 15? I may want to change that. But for now, it's going to do what we want. 7 miles an hour for working speed. Yeah, why? Is it because it's a See and Spot sprayer? Maybe that's why it's slower? I don't know. I mean, I could hire a worker to do it, but, you know, it's a task we don't do that often. See and Spot spraying. We'll get this field done today. And we do have the hillside field that needs to be done as well. This entire field should have weeds in it. The one up on the hill is going to be a little bit spotty because that is all new fields over there. So, not all new fields, but most of it is. So we plowed those, we plowed that field mostly this year. So should have no weeds in it whatsoever. Oh, and our money is back up to 7.3 million. I'm thinking by next spring we should be at 10. I don't plan on spending another $1.2 million on buying another seed drill and another big bud. I don't plan on buying really anything, I don't think. But I keep saying that, and then it's like, we need to upgrade. We need to upgrade. We need to upgrade. So we'll see. And I know someone did mention as well, maybe time to get ourselves another harvester. The size of the field that we're going to be creating today, it's starting to look like maybe 2 harvesters wouldn't be a bad idea. But we'll see. We don't have to worry about harvesting now until next June or July. I keep forgetting what month it is, but yeah, you know when it's time. Sometime midsummer. The next time I'm over here for this field, I need to take care of the trees on the side of the road and just keep on expanding. In some ways, it seems like yesterday where I was talking about, oh, we're going to keep some trees on the side of the field to make it, just make it look better. But now it's like, how can I make my life just a little bit easier? I've been cutting trees on here quite a bit tonight. And I do say tonight. I couldn't sleep tonight. Originally, I didn't think I was going to have an episode going out today on Oceanside Forest. I mentioned that in the last episode. But tonight, I just couldn't sleep at all, so I got out of bed. It's like, I'll go down and cut some trees. And, well, I think it's like 5 o'clock in the morning right now. I've been up all night cutting down trees. It's like, well, might as well go ahead and make an episode, because that's the stage I'm at. So, yeah, you got an episode of Oceanside Forest today. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to have one today because at some time today as I'm recording it, the Alaskan Trucking Simulator, I keep calling it Alaskan Truck Simulator, but it might be Alaskan Survival Simulator. I don't know. I forgot what it's called. But that should be coming out today, and I wanted to do a few episodes on it as soon as it came out. So, but yeah. Anyways, here in Oceanside Forest, I think I've cut down, I'm going to guess, I didn't look because I want to surprise myself as well. But since I brought in about 1.5 million liters of wood to the sawmill, I'm guessing, I'm going to say, I'm going to shoot for the stars. I'm going to say I cut down 200 trees today, or tonight. And, yeah, we'll see how close I am on that. Which would get us pretty close to, I think, 3,000 trees in total. Overall. Right? No, we were at 2,500, I think, last episode. So, yeah, we're going to be around somewhere around 27... Yeah, probably 2,700 trees that we cut so far. We're mowing them down. But while I was cutting down the trees, though, I started thinking, is this my biggest challenge I've ever done, time-wise? You know, the amount of effort I had to put into the series. The only one I think would be kind of close would be the Pacific Northwest. The challenge there was repay $55 million loan. But, I mean, we had all the equipment. We had all the fields. I think it's just getting to be a little bit too repetitive for myself. Cutting down trees for hours on end and bringing them to the mill. And that is with me using, as some would say, some cheats with the auto-loading log trailer and removing the stumps. Takes forever. But then again, like I said, we've cut down approaching 3,000 trees so far. And I'm starting to think more and more that, you know, getting up to 20,000 birds and feeding them 3 million liters of feed every year, I don't know if I'm going to get there. But, as people have said, the original goal on this series was 10,000 chickens. And when I found out the ducks were here, it's like, all right, let's do 10,000 of each. How hard can that be? Because I was thinking, you know, on a regular series, chickens go for a long time before they need feed, and they don't need that much. But that's when you got like under 1,000 chickens. When you got 10,000 chickens and ducks as well, on top of that, yeah, that will add up to a lot of feed. So this should be a barley field, correct? With sorghum and then barley? Yeah, that should be. The wheat field is up on the hill. Got a lot of deer running around this field. Better not be eating my crops. The crops are for the birds. Yeah, I wonder, the only thing I can think of reason why this is a working speed of 7 is because it's a see and spot sprayer. Hang on a second. If I go in, what is the working speed of the John Deere sprayer? That's a See and Spot sprayer. 7 miles an hour. And if we look at a regular sprayer, 7 miles an hour. They're all 7. So usually that was the benefit of getting yourself the self-propelled sprayer, because the working speed is faster. Plus, alongside the fact that the working width is rather wide. That's why you pay all the big bucks. I mean, do I really need to go 15? No, but it would make it just a lot easier for myself. Just because we're going to have some pretty huge fields. Yeah, I can't wait to see, once we get to plowing the field that I'm currently working on. I do want to check on the precision farming file. It shows us how many hectares we have on a current lot of land. So I want to see if it updates real time. So I want to see how much we actually add to the field today. It's going to take a while to get it done, but we'll probably do it in a time lapse for you. So this field is almost all set until next season. Just got to make sure we get rid of all the weeds here. Now it's got a little section to do on down through here. And we can move on to our next project, which is going back and giving the chickens and the ducks some straw for bedding. I don't know with the enhanced animal mod if I don't give them bedding, if their production goes down. I think they're out of straw currently, so I'll have to see if their production goes down at all. Not that it matters. I don't really care about if they produce a lot of eggs or not, because, you know, the money situation, we're fine. The sawmill is doing all that for us. But, you know, in case someone out there wants to know. Oh, and someone also did ask, they activated the animal enhanced mod and they couldn't get the ducks to show one up. You have to make sure that the pens that you're using are compatible with the animal enhanced mod, or the map is compatible with it. So if you're on a map that's not compatible with it, or don't have a coop that's not compatible with it, you're not going to get the ducks. At least that's my understanding of it. So this self-propelled sprayer I cannot use on the power line fields because the working width is just a little bit too wide, and I'll be hitting the birch trees or the telephone poles. So we do got our Kubota See and Spot sprayer, I believe, back at the farmyard, and I can take care of that later on with probably the JCB or something. We don't need narrow tires because the crop is in the first growth stage, so you can't hurt it at all. I'm going to park this over here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to park it by... I'm going to leave it out in the open, actually. Hey, there's Liberty. Liberty's been actually kind of out where I am right now most of the day. But I've been cutting down the logs and bringing them down over. Liberty's been watching me go back and forth. All right, if I leave that out in the open, that'll remind me I got to get up there on the hill to get that done. So I want to grab the bale that's in the shed. That's the one we were using. And just a reminder, these bales at full capacity are 81,000 liters. I still think I got 50,000 liters there. Glad I kept this Deutz around, our original tractor here on the series. In some sense, it seems like ages ago we had our winch system on the back of this, cutting down trees, and I pushed 2 pallets of planks on down to the sell point so I can have enough money to buy our first trailer. Now let me just go ahead and open up the doors. Hopefully the chickens don't come out. Look at the manure that we got from the birds. 26,500 liters. Oh yeah, so before we give them some straw, I think they're out of straw. So does that... productivity is at 100% with no straw. So it doesn't affect them at all. Their health is fine. Yeah, they're all fine. I think the chickens are going to be the same. Productivity is 100% with no straw. I don't know when they ran out of straw. I'm guessing last month at some point. I think if I just put that down there, that would be close enough. But apparently it is not. Now it's close enough. You can see the straw filling on up. That bale just squeezes on it. Oh, okay, yep. Just barely squeezes in and just barely squeezes out. Alright, we'll shut that door so none of the birds can get out. They won't actually do, but we'll make sure the door is closed. And I think I'm just going to leave this bale right on in there because they're going to take most of it. And it'll be like a couple thousand liters left. So I might as well go ahead and just leave it on in there. And yes, you actually got to put the bale down and take it off. Like I said, this is going to be a couple thousand liters. Actually 10,000 liters more, but we'll leave it there. Now let's go ahead and put the Deutz on back. I actually got 4.5 hours on the Deutz. Let me squeeze on in over here, and we'll go ahead and put these bales on in the shed with winter coming. A lot of liters in these bales, but there is no weight on them, apparently. No, I'm not trying to lift yet. Wasn't quite centered on it. Okay, just take it nice and slow so we don't tip them over. And next year when I make some bales, I probably will sell some. Actually, you know what? Why would I even make them to sell them? I don't need the money. They'll just create more work for myself, so maybe... Because we do have a good amount of barley, and we're going to have a good amount of wheat as well. So probably just chop the straw on up when we harvest it. Maybe I'll just do the power lines. Maybe we'll just do those fields. I don't think I want to be baling straw on that hill over there. I mean, we got the means to pick up all the bales that we need. But it just seems like might be just a little bit too much. Alright, let's go grab now our New Holland T8. That's the fast track. I knew it was right next to one another. Let's see, it looks like we're all set here. Oh, I did bring back the Winter Wolf, and I finally did wash it on up. Because I was kind of curious how it's getting worn. I got over 20 hours on the truck now, and the paint is wearing quite a bit. I even got, I think we're almost at 21 hours on the tree harvester itself. So I have spent 21 hours of my life sitting in that tree harvester, cutting down trees. But this is what it's looking like currently now. It may not seem like I expanded it at all. But you remember that part of the road that loops around? Well, we got all the trees out of there. So, a couple things we'll look at here. So I thought, you know, I'm shooting for the stars. I think I cut down about 200 trees. Let's see, 227. And we're up to 2,811 trees I cut. And I've been on here almost 4 hours. Okay. Uh, with that being said, the other thing I want to check on is this right here. And currently we're sitting at just under 28 hectares of fields on this lot of land. And that is all of our fields. I went over this, I think, last episode. Lot number 1 is, there's no fields on that one, same as lot number 2. If you originally come on this map, because I did some adjusting on it, if we go way back to episode 1, 1 and 2 were actually farm fields, but I made it a forest land and put trees on all lots 1 and 2. So we have no fields on 1 and 2. All of our fields are on lot number 3, and we're just shy of 28 hectares. So I'm wondering if this is going to show real time. Let me go ahead and activate allow to create field. And we're going to leave the road from there on up from the farmyard up to here. I'm not going to expand the field to our left because it's a little hilly, and I don't know if our harvester is going to have any issue with that at all. And I'm going to plow away from the trees. That way when I come in here to plant next year, I got some room to do some whoopsies because I keep hitting the trees. I try to get too close, trying to squeeze every inch that I can from the forest into a farm field. Because, yeah, we need a whole bunch of grain, don't we? I am shooting, my goal for next year is 1 million liters harvested. I think, that, you know, it can be achievable, especially since it's only October. And this field here that we are currently creating, I don't have to plant until April. That's when we can plant sorghum. So I got plenty of time to keep on expanding this field. And we can get a lot of crop off it next year. But basically, when March rolls around, I pretty much got to start soil sampling the field. And, of course, putting lime in the field. All that, prepping it for planting. And you can see, originally, where this field was this year, by the chopped straw in the field down there. The part that is plowed, that's something that we expanded on already this year. So if I go back into here... Alright, still under 28 hectares. It was at 91. You gotta remember that point 91. I didn't really look at the reach, the small part of the hectares. I just knew it was just shy of 28. Didn't look too much into it, but we'll see. Of course, we got stones turned off here, so I don't have to pick those on up. And like I said, I do plan on expanding this field throughout the winter, but I think I'm going to be working on that side of the road and try to head over towards the power lines. I would like this field to get over to the power lines, the same power lines to where our hillside field is. So they'll be kind of close to one another, and that way I can access both fields if I need to, going up the road by the power lines. So I'm going to start working my way over that way. At least by getting this field plowed in today, it won't be that big of a job when springtime rolls around. I may even plow some during the winter months. I wouldn't mind doing an episode in the wintertime with some snow on the ground. That'd be kind of fun, but it would not be fun driving back and forth in the snow on the road because snow is slippery. Looks like this one tree right here should come on down. Yeah, so you can see how big the field was last year. It was a little bit bigger than what you're seeing because I had to plow and connect the field. So I did plow some of the field that was there last year. But this field's going to be a lot bigger. All right, so it was at 2791. Still shows 2791. Probably I got to restart the game for that to show on up. Or I may actually have to put a soil samples on in. Don't know. I'm unsure about that. Well, this will take me a little while to get done. So like I said, I think I'm going to time lapse it for you guys. But I'm guessing it's going to take me at least 10 to 15 minutes to get it done, even with a plow this size here. And we'll put our lovely New Holland T8 to work. Only got 2.3 hours on this tractor so far. Well, let's go ahead and get this field expanded. And then maybe we'll go back and finish on spraying the weeds in the big hillside field. Won't take me long to get that done either.
Let me know, do you feel me too? Let it show, 'cause babe, I'm into you. We've been on and off, in and out, up and down, too many times.
This task has been extremely satisfying. Getting rid of all this forest ground that once was trees not long ago and turned over into a field. If I can get this much more done until next season, this field's going to be huge. Definitely going to have some workers going for us. I think putting lime down for sure. We'll have the Frank company over here putting some lime in. Probably have to refill it a couple times, but needs to be done. Soil sampling shouldn't take us that long because we got the modified soil sampler. But it still will take probably half dozen samples, maybe not a half dozen. I can't remember what one we got, but we got either the one that's like 3/4 the size or full size. I forgot which one it was. I'm going to park this right here. But I do want to come back in here. So yeah, that number is has not changed. But you can kind of see, well, it'll be kind of hard to tell if I do that. This hasn't updated yet. There it goes. So you can see last year where the field was with the soil sampling and how we've extended it. So it's like 200% bigger, somewhere in there. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to save the game, reload it onto the map here, and see if this number, how much larger this number gets. Hopefully quite a bit larger. Well, now let's have a look. 2791 is what we were looking at, and now 3430. So I didn't add as much as I thought I did. Let's see here. Trying to figure out what field is the largest. Well, yeah, it's going to be between this one here and this one here. I'm going to reset also all the values at the beginning of spring on the field so we can kind of see what we get for harvest and all that and what the overall cost is. Total cost minus 12. So yeah, I think that's from the seed and fertilizer from planting these fields over here probably. Because I did reset it. I'm like, yeah, I probably should reset it in the springtime and then we can see what the numbers are going to be like. All right, so what I need to do is I want to go up and take care of this field on our left-hand side, the hillside field. Quickly spray the weeds out of there. We'll take the road on up. And then I'll have to use the other smaller See and Spot sprayer for the power line fields. So yeah, maybe by next episode I'll have a total of 3,000 trees cut. And actually, when I get up to the top of the hill, I want to look to the right and see if I can actually see where that field is and how far I got to come over to the power lines. Oh, I can see the tree harvester through the trees. That is quite a ways over. But we'll see what I get done. Who knows, maybe I won't sleep some more nights and I can get 3 hours of tree harvesting in. So most of the field that we're getting in now does not need to be sprayed. There should be a part of a field over here. Yeah, I can kind of see where it was. Yeah, so precision farming doesn't really show where the weeds are. Not that it matters too much. Because we can kind of guess where they were at. I mean, I can see them. So this was a soybean field. But this year, this field was fallow. Until we planted wheat in it just about a month ago. Yeah, this working speed, I wish it was double what it is now. That would be kind of nice for us. But I think I'll just leave it where it is. If I get too tired of spraying weeds, I can always set it off on a worker. I just don't want to do it here because a worker is going to do the entire field, which it does not need. And that's not a big deal with the See and Spot sprayer because it's only going to use the herbicide where the weeds are. It'll just be driving around most of the field that it doesn't need to. And it's not going to take me that long to get this done anyways. And this will be the target field next season after harvest, where the tree harvester will come on up and we'll expand this field. And looks like I'll be expanding it that away. Probably just one more pass here is all I... no, maybe two. Okay. Feels was a little bit bigger than I thought it was. But we'll get the job done here in a matter of seconds. Then we got to go down and do the hill part. The steep, steep hill. Is it bad that it's only October and I'm already looking forward to next harvest season to see how much we get off all the fields that we're going to have? Got a long ways to go before we get there. But this field here should be all set once I get this couple more passes done. Weeds will be taken care of. I do believe this field was, this field was limed this year as well, so What's our expected yield looking in this field like anyways? 130 out of 125. Of course, it all depends on the soil type here. Crop rotation isn't the best. But yeah, we've been fiddling with a crop rotation ever since we've been here on Oceanside Forest. But I think we finally got it down to where we need it to be. It's not going to be nothing too spectacular since we're doing cereal crop after cereal crop after cereal crop. But leaving a field fallow for a year definitely is not beneficial to us at all. I mean, the years that we would harvest the fields, if we had one season where it was fallow, the years that we would harvest off it, though, the expected yield off it would be a lot better than what we currently have. But the offset of having a fallow field for one full year is not that great for us at all. And the birds would not be happy about it. I do believe I got a little bit more weeds here somewhere. Yep, right down the middle. So if I get ambitious enough, by the next time we come on Oceanside Forest, maybe I'll have that other field that we kind of plowed. Maybe I'll have some trees cut and merged over to the power lines over here. I mean, the easy access to that field, of course, is right up from the farmyard itself to it. But at least I'll have another connection to it up here, possibly. That road that's straight up ahead now, there's actually not a way to get there until I merge that road over to that one. But it is a ways on through. It may not look, you know, if you say, well, I can see the tree harvester, it's not that far. Well, I guarantee you that's going to be another couple hundred trees just to go from the tree harvester on over to here. I don't want to do anything with a steep hill at all. Yeah, when I was drilling that field on the right-hand side of the power lines with the Fent and the smaller drill, I slowed down to 5 miles an hour with that. Could have went and got the big bud, but I don't know if that's going to help me out. I mean, I don't think it's a horsepower issue. I think it's a traction issue. So let's see, yes, I am done with this for this year. Not even going to bother washing it or repairing it because I haven't used it that much. We do need to put some sheds down. I need to take care of all this equipment here. The smaller drill goes in that shed. So we're going to need another shed for like the big bud and all that. But I'm not sure if the big bud will actually fit in here or not. I mean, not this shed particular, but not this one, but we'll build another shed and see if we can get it on in there. And I got to make sure I put some gravel, loose rock around the shed so it's all one continuous color or ground. And I would like to start tidying up or decorating more around the farmyards as well. But yeah, I got to put some of this stuff away. But I am not done because I'm going to spend the rest of October, I do believe, cutting down trees. The sawmill, like I said, did have 500,000 liters into it, so I can shove more into that. Yet now we're down below. Oh, how is the fuel refiner? Are we keeping up with the wood chips? Uh-oh. I was wondering when that was going to happen. We're getting full on wood chips. I'm creating so much wood chips, even the fuel refinery can't keep up with it. And I did get rid of the factory upgrades mod because I think when I put down the fuel refinery, the sawmill said out of space, and we have plenty of space in here. So we got rid of that. I mean, I could just put down another fuel refinery if I wanted to. We are taking the wood chips and making diesel out of it. And it's just not keeping on up. It can go through 600,000 liters of wood chips a day. All right, so that's actually going through quite a bit. I just put 1.5 million liters of wood in, and we're getting a whole bunch of wood chips off the sawmill. But yeah, we just have that on down, so all I have to do with our production buildings is All I'm doing is bringing the wood to the sawmill, wood to the firewood productions, and that's it. Everything is on distributing or direct sell. We don't have to do anything, and none of it is going to the shipyard. Everything's going to Billy. Billy's taking everything. But yeah, we improved by what, 5 hectares today by plowing in more of this field. But yeah, I'm hoping to get a little bit more done. Maybe not as much as we gotten done so far this year in this field, but any more extra that I do, the better. And yeah, I am shooting for 1 million liters of harvest next year. So I think we're going to be close. I don't know if we'll get there or not. And, oh yeah, I did test this on Goldcrest Valley just recently. So you may, if you do ask or are wondering, why don't I come over here and take care of these weeds right here? On Goldcrest Valley, I spray for the weeds after a harvest. When I re-drill the field, it shows the weeds regrowing again. So spraying for them now, they would just start regrowing again when I reseed in the springtime. So might as well just go ahead and wait. Everything we plowed up there this year, we won't have to spray for weeds. It'll just be this section here. But I do have to get the, well, any tractor would do. I need to go up and get the power line field sprayed for weeds as well. But anyways, that is going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Oceanside Forest. But until then, have a good one.